Hi, I'm Norm Kern, and I'd like to welcome you to Access MC, Access to Motorcycling. We're coming to you from the American Motorcyclist Association Heritage Museum in Westerville, Ohio. This unique museum was built to document and preserve motorcycling's proud history. This time we have a very special show. We're going to Lima, Ohio for the Ohio National Pro Half-Mile Dirt Track Championship. This race is held at the end of June each year at the Allen County Fairgrounds, attracting all the top pro riders and over 10,000 fans. As a special treat, we have rider interviews by Larry Maiers, one of the top motorsports announcers in the business today. In addition, the Access MC crew has gone all out to bring you the excitement and action of one of the premier events of the year.
We're here at the historic Allen County Fairgrounds at Lima, Ohio for the 9th annual running of the Ohio National Half-Mile Championship motorcycle races. This event is sanctioned by the American Motorcyclist Association, being run on one of the oldest and, as fans and riders alike will tell you, one of the best dirt tracks in the Midwest. Motorcycle racing at Lima has a long and proud tradition which dates all the way back to the early 1960s, and many of these people have been coming each and every year. The fans know they'll see great competition at Lima, so more of them come every year. Most of them come on their bikes, some traveling thousands of miles just to get here. Not only do they see their favorite riders in action, but they get to see old friends and meet new ones as well. The fans ride all brands of bikes to Lima, but Harley is the favorite.
A great career for Steve Morehead that includes several wins right here in Lima. But I have to think, Steve, that it's not only the wins, I have to think it's the kind of track that makes this one of your favorite places.
It sure is. I'll tell you, the racetrack is 80 foot wide, and it just is wide open as far as racing lines. By that I mean we can run the top of the track, the middle of the track, the bottom of the track. So it's probably one of the most competitive races that we'd run all year long because racers can run 5 and 6 abreast.
That's the definition of a cushion, but what makes a cushion track? Is it the type of soil or the type of corner? Just what is it that defines a cushion track?
Well, the limestone surface is what we have to look at. It's a limestone base with the gravel and dirt mixed in with it, and when you add water to that, the track gets soft, it digs up, and then you're looking at about a 6-inch base that we're pushing constantly to the outside of the racetrack. So the riders' arcs just get wider and wider as the night goes on. We take bigger lines around the racetrack.
This kind of a track is kind of a dying breed. We don't see too many of them throughout the United States, and hate to see them go, but fortunately right here in Lima we're holding on to one.
Well, thank God to that. You know, the Ohio half miles all over the state, they've resurfaced them on every year, and you know, so you have that good deep dirt, you know, to be able to race in. That's what happens a lot of places. You know, they don't resurface the facilities we go to, and the racetracks get hard, black, and real slippery.
The Lima facility, as I pointed out earlier, is a favorite for another reason. You've done a lot of winning here, and that means for Steve Morehead, who's from about 30 miles away in Findlay, he rides under a lot of pressure. Doesn't seem to bother you.
Well, not really. You know, I used to years back. You know, I'd come here and people was expecting me to win. Well, thank gosh we won. You know, we happened to win the race twice. So now I can come here and just kind of sit back and run my own show and ride the race, and whatever happens, happens. But being 30 miles from home, still, you know, you always like to come someplace like this and win the event because a lot of my family and friends are here, and it's the closest I ever get to my hometown.
Another a good reason to come here, I think, is the fans. Boy, they are some of the greatest and most knowledgeable dirt track fans you'll find anywhere.
Oh, they sure are. You know, if it wasn't for the fans, the series just wouldn't be able to make it. You know, these people travel all over the United States. You know, I think I log a lot of miles, and then I go home and talk to one of my friends, you know, come up to me and say, well, shoot, you know, we run 40,000 miles this year too, but we did it on a motorcycle. So, yeah, motorcycling people are the greatest people around.
Steve, want to wish you the best of luck tonight. Looking for win number 3 here at Lima, and I'm never surprised at what you do, so hopefully you'll be up in that winner's box.
Well, thank you very much, and I'm sure it'll just be a really good show.
George, there's something about the rough Ohio Fairgrounds racetrack that brings out the beast or the best in a lot of riders, and there are a lot of riders that can't handle it. You are not one of them, though. This is a kind of track that, boy, George Roeder just shines on.
Yeah, I grew up riding on tracks like this, and when I come here, I feel at home. You know, I feel like I can go fast, I'm comfortable, and this is when we shine, like you say. Everything works good. We got the bike set up, and we're looking for a good finish today.
Being a hometown track, does it put a lot of pressure on you as a rider? You got a lot of fans, you got family here, and they all want to see you do good, obviously. Of course, they want to see you do good no matter where you are, but does it put a lot of pressure on you?
Oh, yeah, all week I've heard nothing but, oh, we can't wait, you're going to win, this is your night, this is going to be your weekend, tonight's your night. And I said, well, there's 20 other guys there who got the same idea as I do, so we're just going to go out there and do the best we can. If we can have a good finish, we'll be happy.
You stop thinking about all of that, I would think, about the time you start revving the engine on the start line.
Yeah, once you get out there on that starting line, they put that board up, and then it goes sideways. You forget about everything, just about, you just think about what you're doing and trying to go fast.
If you had your choice, where would you like to win the first national of your career?
Oh, right here at Lima, for sure at home, and this is my kind of track and my kind of people, so right here would be the best place to do it.
And I understand that the Roeder Harley-Davidson has sold or solicited more tickets than anyone, so you're going to have a huge section of fans up there all chanting, George, George, George.
And they're going to be cheering me on. They said they was even thinking about making up some cards. They was going to have my name up there, and I said, man, don't do that, man. So, yeah, I'm going to have a lot of backing tonight, and I appreciate it. I like it, and it makes you feel good.
Third place here in 1991, so we need to improve on that by just 2 places.
That'd be fine with me. I'd be happy if I could just get on the box again, but for sure I'm shooting to be on top of that box, and we're going to be going for it.
Well, all the fans out there that are watching this and that are here tonight, George, are wishing you the best of luck.
Thanks a lot, and I hope everybody likes the race. It's some of the best racing in the country, I think, is right here, and I'm glad everybody's here. Thank you.
You have to arrive early to get a good seat. Besides, you don't want to miss anything at Lima, even the time trials. The riders are pulling out of the pits, getting ready to take the green flag and start their qualification runs. Do or die, 1 lap against the clock. On course now, number 20, that's Chris Carr. Winner last year at Lima, looking for his first national championship. Scott Parker knows what it's like to win a national championship. He's done it 4 times, and he's won here at Lima 3 times. Taking the green flag. This is Chris Carr into that number 1 turn. Smoothly through, throwing up the dust, and headed it down the backstretch. Coming through the turn now with that number 1 plate on that Harley machine, Scott Parker. Scott Parker finishes up his run, the young man out of Swartz Creek, Michigan. Here comes Ricky Graham on his time trial, and he really puts it sideways. In fact, he puts it into the hay bales. Let's take a look at that again in slow motion. You can see he's going well wide of the accepted groove. Maybe he thought the track was wet and firm out there at the edge, but that rear end just keeps coming around. Wow, this is the kind of excitement that knocks spectators right out of their seats.
Somewhere in the area now, by the end of the season, it's going to be like...
Scott, you just look happier than the proverbial pig that's covered with stuff.
That's right. Things seem to be working real well. We went out late in time trials and still turned a pretty good time. So we're looking forward. Bill Warner's doing another fine job.
And as I said, this is the type of track that you cut your teeth on.
It is. It's really neat to come to Ohio because we did come race a lot during the years as I was coming up as a junior and a novice. And here we are back in the good old heart of dirt track racing, and all you fans, hey, what a place to put on a great show here at Lima, Ohio. Woo!
You got a leg up on winning your 5th championship. No one has ever done that.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. Me and Bill's determined as ever to go out there and you know, we feel real strong. It's a long season and far from over, and that's why we're here tonight, just to try to add to that points.
The time trials are over. Now it's time for racing. First up, the number 1 heat race. Front row, Will Davis, Scott Parker, Kevin Atherton, Martin Lavoie. Ready to go, and they are off. Will Davis gets a good break, but coming up very, very quickly was Scott Parker. Coming around this time around, it is Martin Lavoie who is on the point, quickly followed by Scott Parker and Kevin Atherton. But by the time they make it around to the front straight this time, it is Parker in front, Atherton in second. Keep your eye on this. Touch me with your hand, kick me with your boot. Hey, these guys are teammates. Watch it in slow motion. Off the 4th turn. That's Atherton on the outside, reaches out with the left hand and tags his teammate, the number 1 is Scotty Parker. Parker returns the favor. Here's the boot to you, Kevin. And on down the front straight they come. Taking a low route. Scott Parker, the man with the lead, through the south end of the track and continuing with that lead. Out of 4 down the main straightaway, Scott Parker leading Kevin Atherton. Atherton, the young man out of White Pigeon, Michigan. It's static this time around. Parker first, Atherton second. Fun and games for Scotty Parker. The wheelie down the back straight. The teammates down the front this time around. Michigan teammates indeed. Still battling as they go down the backside of the course. The checker flag is out and Scott Parker wins heat race number 1. And the front row for the final, Jay Springsteen, Kevin Atherton, George Roeder, Ricky Graham, Scott Parker, and they are off. The bike's into turn one, now onto the back straight on the first of 25 laps in the expert main. At the front, the battle, Ricky Graham on bike number 3, and that number 1 plate belonging to Scotty Parker. Onto the front side they come. Graham still with the advantage, 2 bike lengths over Parker, but he dives low. Ricky Graham through the north end of the track with the lead. Here comes Parker trying the low side. They almost touch. Graham continues with the advantage. Dandy battle for position number 1. Scotty Parker looking to go low as they went into turn 1. Now here comes Parker on the other end of the course, taking the lead for the first time, but Graham comes right back. Ricky Graham with a slight advantage again. Parker will try and come low. This time he gets it right alongside Ricky Graham, side by side down the straight. Scott Parker the leader, Ricky Graham in second, but wanting to come back up once again. A great battle for that first place position. 2 bike lengths separate them. This time it's Graham looking to go low. Back in the field, a great battle as well. George Roeder, Chris Carr, Rusty Rogers, Jay Springsteen going at it. But Ricky Graham now in second place. Takes it through the turn. Scotty Parker with the number 1 plate, the number 1 position. He will not be headed this night. Again, it's Ricky Graham. Now Graham in second place. He led it early. Scott Parker has him covered. George Roeder again in that great battle back in the pack. Now Ricky Graham trying to hold off Kevin Atherton. Atherton to the outside. Atherton with the pass. And Graham will soon be out with engine problems. Rusty Rogers, George Roeder, they're in a battle for 4th place. Back at the front, Scott Parker at the point. Down the front straightaway into turn 1 with the lead. Out of the north turn, onto the front straightaway, Rusty Rogers. Scott Parker under the lights. He's won here before, trying to make it 4 at Lima. We're halfway home, and it is Scott Parker with the lead. Kevin Atherton in second place. Atherton working the bike, throwing the rooster tail of dirt onto the straightaway. Parker not headed though. Looking for his 5th national title in AMA competition. Smoothly through the turn, Scott Parker. Not challenged at this point. Kevin Atherton would like the challenge, but is just not to be tonight. Rusty Rogers looking for a podium finish. But Scott Parker, he'll be at the top of the podium tonight if the bike holds together. Atherton in second place, doing everything he can to catch Parker, but it is not to be on this particular night. And right toward the end, it is George Roeder pulling up on Kevin Atherton. Right behind in that battle now for second place. Side by side they go through the turn. Roeder pulls up. They look like they bump. Through the north end of the track they go. Try as he might, but Joe Roeder goes high. Atherton stays low, and he keeps the position. Checkered flag is out. Scott Parker wins it. Kevin Atherton in second place, and George Roeder with a stirring finish to come up in third. A wheelie by Atherton. The fans love it at Lima.
Question whether Scott Parker would have the desire, the dedication, the commitment to go out and do it one more time. I think the first question is that Scott Parker will be fifth in the season, receiving the accolades of the crowd and deserving his second.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Access MC crew members Carl Sukamel and Greg Jump for their outstanding work on this episode. This is also a good time to thank our loyal viewers. You make our efforts worthwhile. Well, that's all we have time for this month. Remember, there will be a new show next month. In the meantime, don't miss out. Join the over 8 million riders who enjoy the world of motorcycling. See you next time.